Okay, you guys, I did say that I was going to come back with a video. I kind of want to give you a history of the issues that I have been dealing with since the beginning. Um, when I got my cycle, I was 11 years old, and I remember my very first cycle was about 8 days long, and I didn't get it again for like 2 months after that. So from straight from the beginning, from the jump, it was never regular. So I went through, I have a period here, and then I'll skip 2 months, and then I'll have one for 2 months, and then I'll skip 3 months, and I skip a month and have it for 2 months. It's just always been real strange. So then, the very first time I went to the doctor and told them about my issues with my periods, I was probably about 15 years old, and I told them that they were quite irregular, so they put me on birth control. They said they want to regulate my periods. So I started on birth control, and every time I would take them, something would happen. I would get really bad headaches, or I would have nausea, or just really tired, or my periods would be really heavy, and or whatever. So I didn't like doing birth control because of those side effects. Well, so I stopped taking them. I think I might have went back on and took birth control again, maybe when I was 17 or 18. They were still trying to regulate my period. So I just decided then that I had enough of the birth control. I ain't like the side effects, I ain't like the symptoms, and so I stopped. So when I got out of high school, I went on about my life, and then when I was about maybe 22, I'm 27 now, I started my period, and I noticed that it was on for a week, and then it was on for 2 weeks, and then it was on for a month, and then all that turned into 2 years, skipping maybe a week here or 3 days there of actually not having AF whatsoever, but pretty much for 2 years straight, about 2.5 years straight, I was constantly on my period. So then it finally stopped one day. I couldn't believe it. It stopped on its own. And then, but when it stopped, it was gone for 2 years. I didn't have a cycle for 2 whole years. And by then, I was in a really deep relationship, and I was getting ready to get married the first time, and I was thinking about my own family and everything. So that was that. So then I went to the doctor, went to the OB. Hold on one second. Alright, you guys, sorry about that. But yeah, I went to the OB, and I told him that I was thinking about starting a family of my own, but my periods were irregular, and I wanted to know what I had to do. So they ran some tests, and they found out that I wasn't ovulating on my own. So he gave me the option of trying to start my period and all that on my own and see what happens as time goes. But I was interested in trying to start it on my own, so that is what I went on to do. So he prescribed me, well, I wanted to do something else. I wanted to go ahead with the, trying to get pregnant. So he prescribed me prescription of Clomid, and so, gave me the Provera, of course, and I did the Provera, and then I did Clomid, 50 milligrams of Clomid. And as far as the symptoms and everything goes with the Clomid, the only major symptoms I had, it was maybe a little nausea, but I had the visual disturbances, which looked like if you ever took a clear glass bottle of water and shook it, and try to look through it, that's what it would look like for a second or two. It was just a really weird blurred vision, and I'm really sorry. I'm gonna have to make this a two-parter. Give me a minute.